Live from the Sonda Center in Lowell, Mass., the first meeting of the year between the New York Sirens and the Boston Fleet. Third game of the young season for both teams. New York 2-0, Boston 0-2. Now let's go ringside with Natalie. She's with Alexia Gia.
Well, thanks for being with us, Lexi. To start things off, it seemed at times during the game on Wednesday, your team had a little trouble escaping the zone. How have you worked on the breakout the past couple of days and sustaining more zone pressure?
Yeah, I think we have the systems and we have the talent. It's just working on communication, building those connections with your line mates and the new girls on the team, and I think we're definitely ready to go today.
You talk about those connections, but what connectivity would you like to see through all three zones on the ice today?
I think just moving the puck up quick, going north quick, and being loud on the ice. I think the more you're loud, the more it makes it easier on your teammates.
All right, thanks, Lexi. Good luck.
Thanks so much.
Starting lineups brought to us by Scotia Bank, proud to be the official bank of the PWHL. Up front, Bilka, Brandt, and Knight. 19, 20, and 21. Keller and Bard on the blue line with Frankel between the pipes. Eldridge, Carpenter, and Fillier, they've been outstanding early on in the year. Sandy Hart and Neelan Person on the blue line, and Schroeder has done a nice job in nets for New York in 2 games. Only game today in the league as we wrap up an exciting first week of season 2 of the PWHL. After today, we're 1/10 of the way through the regular season. Boston in green, New York in their road white. Boston the only team without a win yet. New York trying to stay unbeaten. They're 2-0. Here come the Sirens into the zone, looking to attack early. Picked off on the back check, sent to the blue line, but Sandy Hart holds it in for the Sirens. Gigi, what do you expect here early on as these teams try to feel it out?
Quick puck movement, I think, and just engaging the opponent.
A lot of zone time here for New York early. Finally, Boston's able to clear it. And this is going to be waved off, no icing. Battle in behind Schroeder. He was taken in the 6th round of the draft last year. She's peering from her net, trying to get control of the puck. Slides off to the far wing. Held in here by Boston. Slides out in front. There's a shot from close range. And Schroeder's able to make the save. That was a point-blank look for Hannah Bilka.
First good chance for the Boston Fleet to see Bilka trying to move her body around it to roof it and go far down as Schroeder takes away so much of the ice. You really got to pick your corner when you're in tight.
Hannah Bilka wearing a very familiar number. That was your number last year here in Boston.
It is. I'm very partial to number 19.
Bilka, very exciting rookie that the Boston Fleet are happy to have. Maybe the fastest player on the ice today. Battle here along the blue line. New York trying to come up for air. They finally push it out to neutral ice. Now Simpson will move it along the side wall. Off the net. Ricochets to the far wing. Simpson will track back to the New York blue line. 2 minutes into the hockey game, just getting started here in Lowell, Mass. This is going to drift all the way back down into the Fleet end. Out of her cage there is Frankel. Last year's Walter Cup runners-up, Boston. And one of the reasons they got to the finals last year was because of Aaron Frankel, 25 years old, Chappaqua, New York. Chloe Gerard trying to turn the play toward the middle. Beats the top. There's Eldridge with a drive. And that was blocked in front. Boston able to march it back out to center ice. Now here comes Sophie Shirley with a little speed. Picked up nicely on the back check by Eldridge and Rosenthal. Rosenthal trying to spring Gerard. She is hit and bumped off the puck nicely by Bard. It's not surprising. We're seeing some physicality here early on. Certainly the case in the 5 meetings last year between these two.
And Boston's known for their physicality, and that's honestly something that really gets you in the game. If you get a quick touching the puck or a touch on a body.
Carpenter trying to hand off to Bourbonnais. That rolled off her stick, and Boston's able to jump on it and clear it. So a line change here for the Fleet. Well past 3 minutes into the hockey game. Good headman pass to Fillier. Fillier dropping it back for Eldridge. Boy, when you give Fillier a lot of room, opponents here in the early part of the season have had to hold their breath. Didn't materialize. board along the wall. More than Eldridge comes into the slot. There's a drive that got wide of the post for Hillary Knight. She's got the only 2 goals on the year so far for the Fleet. It's about getting pucks to the net here early on. When you and I were talking to Courtney Kessel, they said shots just like that from the blue line. We've got to get more on and test Schroeder. Schroeder having to make a easy save there. It's all about keeping the pressure on Gigi.
It is, and you want to maintain zone work. Just like you see, Hillary Knight is staying on the ice, not allowing them to come out of the zone. But as you mentioned, Coach Kessel wants to see her defensemen just get the puck to the net. Doesn't have to be beautiful or pretty. Just move the puck and create options for your forwards net front.
Abby Rock, with foundational signees for New York last year, feeds it into the corner. This is Tulis. Nora Tulis, the 29-year-old Finn, rubbed off the puck. Here's a 3-on-2, 4-on-2 for Boston. Slow to develop, and then it hit a skate and ricochets back out to neutral ice, and now New York with an odd man rush. Tulis pulls up, looking to center. She'll feed it back into the corner. Now a scrum along the near wall. Turned over, and Susanna Tapani will feed it ahead. Schaffsol bumped off the puck. Back comes Elizabeth Giguère. Giguère, right wing pass. Off for El Harchi. Harchi looking to feed it to the middle, and now it's intercepted, coming back the other way. Here's Lauren Gable with room. Drive and a save made with the glove there by Schroeder. Doreen Schroeder. A couple of early challenges here. The New York netminder has fended them off. 14:30 to go, opening period, looking for our first talent. From the circle, Boston buzzing, and then sticked away off to the far wing. Back out in center, Megan Keller fed it back to the blue line. Lead pass out of the reach of Rattray. Coming in to support the puck, Amanda Pelkey. Pelkey was on that 2018 U.S. Olympic team. Had a great career at Vermont. Here comes Carpenter. From the circle, a shot right on, and the save made by Erin Frankel. All in all, in large part, she's happy with the team's play through the first couple of games.
She is. They've been doing things right, keeping things simple in front of them.
The turnover that hit the pipe. Now they're going to call it a goal. Corrine Schroeder tried to scramble back and keep it out of the goal. But Boston's going to take the 1-0 lead as Hannah Bilka gets her first goal in the PWHL.
She has so much incredible talent. As you see her open up her hips, do a little toe drag, rip the shot from the slot, trickles behind Schroeder, isn't able to cling onto it, and crosses the goal line before New York is able to slap that out of the net.
We're going to have to take a look at the overhead. They're going to review this. All goals are reviewed. Here's another look. This is probably the best angle to tell us if that puck got across. What do you think, Gigi?
Wow, that looks like it's right on the line. Although even at the end of that, you see the ref right there pointing her arm, signaling a goal, and you can't get better than her eyesight right there. So it'll take a lot to be able to overturn this goal.
Now the entire puck has to cross that line, and they've waved it off. They have just waved it off. We stay scoreless. And the Boston fans don't like it, but no doubt they got this call right. The review at the Central Situation Room in Toronto, cleaning this one up. No goal, as that did not cross the goal line. And now the fans are seeing the replay on the Jumbotron here at the Sonda Center, and I think they understand now that that did not get in.
Get that puck and clean it out, keep it out of their net.
Welcome back inside the Saga Center. Boston Fleet and New York Sirens scoreless here after an almost goal by Hannah Bilka. And she spoke with us just about her first pro game, first in Toronto. She said she looked around there and she said you almost don't have words. Sometimes you forget that you're playing pro hockey. But playing her first game here in Lowell, Massachusetts on Wednesday in front of all of these Fleet fans, she said it's tremendous to see the kind of support that you get here. Incredible to see it. And she said, you know, it leaves you speechless seeing the fans. And you know what, Clay? The fans will learn her name pretty quickly.
Natalie, she's come out with a hop at her stride tonight, leading everybody with 3 shots on goal so far, and a near goal with the scoring started. That was waved off. Under 13 minutes to go, opening period. Sirens and the Fleet. New York trying to stay unbeaten out to a 2-0 start. Abby Rock is going to ring it around the end boards to the near wing side. Toulis holds it in deep. And now turned over to Morin. Morin tries to break it out. Gets it to Susanna Tapani. Tapani to Shopsall. She overskated it. Tapani supports the puck. Now charges in. Shoots and scores. Susanna Tapani. One of their best offensive weapons. Out to a little bit of a cool start through the first 2 games, gets her first of the year here.
And it all starts in the defensive zone. Great pass up the middle where a center's supposed to be. Feeds it. They're able to get the puck back. Attack again. Eyes up. Just throw the puck on net. Good things will happen. Beautiful goal for the Boston Fleet. Another look at it as Tapani comes in. Rips it far corner. Just like that. Fleet with a 1-0 lead.
Tapani from Minnesota last February, traded in that Sophie Jakes deal. Ended up finishing 3rd on the team in points for Boston a year ago. And now she has given Boston a 1-0 lead. Comes at the 7:31 mark of the first. Sydney Bard through center. The rookie gets it ahead to Bilka. Bard is someone to keep an eye on today. Played great college hockey for Greg Fargo, New York's head coach at Colgate. Going against her former college coach today. Caleb Person banks it off the side boards. Got it back out to center. Keller will settle it down for Boston. Picked off at center here by New York Shiger. She'll dump it in and chase. DiGirolamo trying to lug it back out. Flips it. Lets it back to the New York line where Zandy Hart will track it down. Rams it off the end boards. New York sends it airborne. Bouncing puck at the Boston blue line. DiGirolamo sent it ahead, and it's not going to be offside against New York with 11:15 to go in the first period.
It was wonderful seeing her. Big hugs and big smiles from my side for sure, and her as well. It was just a joy to be able to see the teammates again and be able to hang out with them.
So we've got our first penalty, Taylor Gerard. Booking call. This power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel, paper towel, powered for tough messes. So the power play for New York has been outstanding. They've got 2 goals on the season and 5 chances, best in the league. Villiers plays it down below the end line. Rock up top here for Zandy Hart. Rock plays it rink wide for Carpenter. Carpenter had to play it with a glove, plays it down to her stick, throws it down low. Eldridge now chasing after it. Flip back up to the blue line, nobody home. Zandy Hart was out of position. That'll buy Boston a little time on this kill.
Yeah, New York is such a dominant power play team. They have so much success, high-powered offense for sure, but so it's great for Boston Fleet to be able to leave that first unit without getting any quality scoring chances.
Toulis from just inside the blue line feeds it down low for Giguère. Giguère with a lot of patience here. 35 seconds to go in this first advantage for either team. Toulis tried to move it along. Downey Landry coming in to help out for New York. They keep control of 25 seconds on the power play, but it's turned over And a nice job there by Maloney, the rookie, to clear the zone. Maloney was playing in the Swedish league a year ago, taken in the 6th round of the PWHL draft. And when we talked to Courtney before the game, she is really excited about Maloney.
Really excited. Great player. Physical, able to compete in this league, but smart as well, as you see on that penalty kill. Ability to front the player and really negate any chances against them.
So New York comes up empty on the first power play of the hockey game. Boston with a 1-0 lead on a goal from number 77, Susanna Topana.
Welcome back to the Saga Center here now with New York Sirens head coach Greg Fargo. Coach, the Fleet scored first here, but what do you want to see your team to have them settle back in, maybe change some things up on the power play, but respond 5-on-5?
Yeah, I think, we haven't really got to the start that we were looking for. I think Boston had a lot to do with that coming out of the gates. They got their forecheck established a little bit, and we just got to get back to putting pucks behind their D, I think, and establishing a forecheck of our own. We haven't been able to do that. It seems to be an important point for us. As we do it more, we start to like the way we play. So just keeping it simple, playing behind them a little more.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
The New York Sirens, 2 wins so far, 5 out of the 6 points possible in those 2 games. 1 in overtime at Minnesota in come-from-behind fashion, and then a very impressive win, GG, at Montreal, won 4-1. They had 36 shots on goal, a team record. 18 of those came in the first period, but here today they're being outshot 7-2.
They are. As you see, New York almost getting a great shot, but Megan Keller's so good with her stick. But New York played outstanding, and as Coach mentioned, they play well off the forecheck. And so if they're able to create zone time and utilize their good moving defensemen on the point, they'll be able to create more chances.
A little over 7 minutes to go in the opening period. The only goal is Susanna Topani. One past Corrine Schroeder. Boston a 1-0 advantage. Here's Payshova head at center to Schaafsol. A little out of her reach. To track it down. Bourbonnais staples her up against the boards. Toulouse will now send it rink wide. Nobody home on the far side for the Sirens, so Emily Brown will gather it up and drive it down for Boston. Boston has had the better scoring chances. Said the lion's share of the scoring chances. Really tightly checked.
It is, and New York's so dangerous with their offense. If they start getting on a roll, it's hard to stop them.
Here's Schaafsol from the slot. Steered away there by Schroeder. Rokopsin now. In behind for Taylor Baker, the Toronto native. Off on the near wing side. New York's able to clear it out. Baker stood up at the checkered line. It's a good hit by Emma Greco. Greco played with Minnesota last year. Has been a good fit here in Boston. Trying to jam it in as Giguère, but good stop by Erin Frankel, who has played a lot of this first period in a rocking chair. It's been pretty easy for him. From the blue line, somehow Frankel stopped that. That shot by J. Donnie Landry got through.
Nice look right here for great save by Erin Frankel. And you see, as Abby Rock, she's so good protecting the puck. She moves, she usually spins her hips. Nice little backhand sauce pass. It didn't connect right off the bat, but Giguère stays with the puck, able to get it, and create a chance on Erin Frankel in order to hopefully get it past her for her team to start to tie this game up.
Erin Frankel, so good in the postseason last year, but she gets beat on the tap pass. Zandy Hart setting it up in front, and we are tied at 1. Peyton Levis makes it 1-1 as New York has tied it. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the opening frame.
Beautiful face-off win by Carpenter, and you see Zandy Hart's heads up, wide open net front is Levis, able to redirect it in, and again, affiliated wisdom and smarts off that face-off play to get it in the high slot. Instead of shooting it, moving it to her defenseman, who's able to do a heads-up play to the player, wide open net front for Peyton Levis' first goal of the year.
Peyton Levis from Rogers, Minnesota. He's an outstanding Buckeye at Ohio State. And now this game is even. We'll see how Boston responds. Battle at center, Hillary Knight. Got it across for Brandt. Back to the defense. Here's Bard stepping in over the line. Threw it down. Picked off by New York. Fillier will bring it back to neutral ice. Olivia Knowles, by the way, a healthy scratch for this game. Product of the University of Minnesota, Campbell River, BC. 2-on-2 coming in. Boston on drive. Again, a save by Schroeder. As Ugia put that on. Fleet trying to center again. Picked off here by Zandy Hart. She'll regroup behind her own cage. 4.5 to go. Opening period tied at 1 now. Tapani for Boston. Levis for New York. Fillier and Carpenter on the assists, and Fillier continues to have an outstanding rookie season. That gives her 6 points on the year now. Team high 4 assists. Puck goes airborne. Kicked ahead. Maloney gets stood up right in front of that New York bench. Battle for it, comes loose. Boston will gain the zone, but Hobson is there for the Sirens. Shots now 9-5 in favor of the Fleet. Here's Hobson again. Head up. Going to break out. Try to feed it for Arar, but Hillary Knight intercepts, and that's going to be offside. Wednesday's loss to Boston ended their 5-game home winning streak in the regular season. Another shot gets through. Schroeder's able to shrug that one off. I mean, this is a team that, especially late in the year last year and so far this season, always very competitive here at home.
They seem to play very well at home, riding off the energy of their fans.
Here's Bilka again, down low, shot saved. Schroeder's able to kick it out of there. Boy, Bilka's had a really good opening period. Again, centered, sticked away by Schroeder, trying to keep her vision alive through all that traffic. 2.5 to go in the first. Here's Tapani again. Tapani takes a nudge from Tulis. And we got a penalty. We get a trip. So this is going to be a New York penalty. So Boston's going to go on the power play.
And look at the penalty as Tapani's coming across the neutral zone and a little reach in there, take the body out, take the knees out, falls right over. So Toulouse is heading to the box. 2 minutes.
So now Boston with a golden opportunity to take their lead back. They jumped out to a 1-0 lead. Big drive high in the slot, hit traffic in front. Sidney Morin is quarterbacking this power play. Here's Gable. Fights off a check from Eldridge around Bourbonnais. Bourbonnais, nice move to get the puck away from him. Cleared it, but not out. Now some room, and that's going to go over the shoulder of Schroeder. Good look there for Ugia. Number 88, always good in front of the net. Here's Morin again. Morin, one-timer for Gable. That hit a body. Morin again, minute 15 to go in the advantage. First power play for the Fleet. Rink wide pass for Rattray, a shot saved. Schroeder, and is able to muffle it. Jamie Lee Rattray, one of the best in the world. 3 world championship titles, gold medals, of course, with Canada. We might have another penalty here. Yes, we do. And this is getting ugly again as Downey Landry taking exception to something that was said down there. And now New York is going to be 2 players down. Hobson is going to get the game. So a 2-player advantage for the next 53 seconds. Power play brought to us by Royale Tiger Towel, paper towel. Power through tough messes. One-timer, side of the net. Bilka lurking there for Boston. Bard trying to feed it across. Under a minute to go in the period. Keller. Here's Keller again. Now for Bilka. Bilka goes across to the circle. The shot broken up. Rebound, they score! Sidney Bard, the rookie. The former Colgate player gives Boston the lead back against her former coach, Greg Fargo.
You love to see the smile on that face, and you see Keller walks it, dishes it to Bilka. Her head's up the whole time. Just great pass across the seam, and Bard's able to bury out the second chance as it redirects and comes back out to her. Again, another look at it. It pings off Hillary Knight's skates, off Gabby Rosenthal, back to Bard for the first career goal of the PWHL.
Still a minute and 20 seconds to go in the penalty time for delay of game. Hobson is serving that. Just over 30 seconds to go in the period. Boston back up by a goal. Still dangerous here on the advantage. Bard kind of fanned on a passing attempt. Neil in person tried to clear it for New York and can't. Tapani in the corner. 15 seconds to go in the period. Pushed up against the wall, got it to Bard. Bard plays it across for Keller. Keller's return pass hit a stick. 5 seconds to go in the period. Here's Bilka again. Sends it over. Shot for Knight is broken up. And that's going to end the period. And a good one for Boston. Tapani with the first goal of the game. And Peyton Levis answered for New York. But Boston has a 2-1 lead as we go to the second. Glad to have you with us as Boston will start on a power play here for a little over 30 seconds. Power plays brought to us by Royale Tiger Towel, paper towel. Power through tough messes. If Boston could get another one with the advantage here right at the start of the period, that would be a big blow to New York. Trying to center there was Bilka. Ricocheted away. Now Keller holding the zone. Wrist shot saved by Schroeder. 7 seconds to go in the power play. Bard feeding the top. Keller another drive right into the mid of Corrine Schroeder. And that's going to do it. Back to 5-on-5. Hobson out of the box, and she's into the play. Hobson trying to feed the middle. This is Eldridge. Throws it down low, tipped on by Abby Rock, and a sprawling, beautiful save by Erin Frankel.
Erin Frankel showing us why she is so incredible at what she does. And you see Abby Rock shaking her head, but I love this. Movement to the point, quick shot on net. That's all it takes. And Abby Rock, almost between her legs, is able to redirect that puck. See the athleticism by Abby Rock, and then matching that equally, the athleticism by Erin Frankel. That just beautiful windmill save.
There's a confidence about this New York franchise that at times they lacked last year. They were in a lot of games, but they were snake bit. And of course, some injuries reared their ugly head. Centered out in front, of chance for Tapani, trying to get her second of the game, but she's turned away by Schroeder. Tapani has been good here so far today.
She isn't. She's someone who's like sneaks under the radar sometimes, but if you're a hockey fan, like she's always excellent, and she just just in that example, she was sneaking in the zone, and they heads up play to find her.
Gerard went down, no penalty. Shopsall now on a backhand, get it to Tapani. Tapani feeds the top. Keller a drive off the glass behind the net. Holding it in is Bard. Flips it out in front. Tapani was neutralized by Bourbonnais, who's able to march it away to safety. Here comes Boston again. And lost at the blue line, and we've got a penalty. And this is going to go against Boston. Yeah, Tapani's going to get the game.
Seen a nice spinorama by the rookie Bard. Beautiful behind the net, creating a chance, and then Boston ends up getting a penalty, so we'll be able to see New York on the power play again.
Second power play of the night for New York. Elizabeth Giguère comes through the middle, has it poked away by Pelkey, and Boston's able to clear it. A minute 10 to go in this power play for New York. One person starts it out. Toulis trying to get it off for Giguère. Now Bourbonnais. Bourbonnais for Neal in person. Bourbonnais. Downey Landry lurking in the middle. Rock tried to set her up, and she fanned on it. Down there was Pelkey doing great work without a stick, and now we get another whistle and another penalty. There's the Eldridge, top of the circle. Down low for Carpenter. Carpenter tries to feed it across for Fillier. He's knocked away. 19 seconds to go in the two-player advantage for New York. Eldridge holds it. Sandy Hart now moving into the circle. Gives it to the rookie Fillier. Drops it back. Here's Abby Rock. Rock down low. Backhand. Flips it up over the top of the net. That was Carpenter. Check that. That was Sandy Hart. Now here's Rock. Rock shoots and scores. Abby Rock, great patience. And she ties this game at 2 on the power play.
Rock getting her first goal of the season, and that all started with a great movement. Their ability to move without the puck, with the puck, as you see them cycle around, and Carpenter gets the puck off the deflection, taking that space and pushing DiGirolamo back towards her goalie. And again, another look at this, head up, take as much space as you can. When you get to last minute, just rip it, and she goes bar down for that goal to even the score at 2-2.
Time to goal, 4:50 of the period. Rock on the power play. Five minutes in, tied at 2 now. Penalty box is empty. Grant tried to feed it in front. Now here's a drive right on it. Schroeder saw it all the way off the stick of Hillary Knight. It's kind of what we expected coming into this one. New York continuing to play well, especially on special teams. So Boston has an edge. Certainly no desperation, because I mean it's so early in the season. We talked to Courtney Kessler, and she said there's no panic in her team. But when you're an 0-2 team, you come out ready to win, needing to win.
Yes, exactly. And they're competitive athletes. No team wants to be the only team in the league that doesn't have a win. And so, for sure, these players came dialed in, focused. Their mentality was, hey, we're going to win the first 5 minutes of the game, which they did, and their ability to respond.
Let's see it. Gia feeds it in for Keller. Keller's shot stuffed out in front. Keller moves with such great speed. Join that rush. This is going to trickle all the way back down on Frankel, and she's not going to make a mistake.
And capitalize when they have the opportunities in the offensive zone. You see her piling up the points this season already.
Rock will chop it back in behind the Boston net. Tulis trying to muscle it out for New York, and does. This is Keller again. Rink wide to Tapani. Tapani takes it to the middle. Shot didn't get through to the target. Get some traffic on the way to the net. Tulis, backhand, will rifle it in. Boston 2, New York 2. These teams played a lot of close games a year ago. In fact, 2 went to overtime. And a tight one again here. First meeting of the season. New York trying to stay unbeaten. They're 2-0. Boston 0-2. Looking for that first win of the new season. This is Carpenter. Pulls up, tries to work around Brandt. Get a feeding pass to Levis. Levis has a goal in this hockey game. Bourbonnais from the corner. Off behind for Fillier. This is the top line for New York. Fillier back for Zandyhart. Holding. Patrolling inside that blue line. Feed it back in behind for Carpenter. Carpenter again battling with Brandt. Levis tries to move it along. Brandt now gets a stick in the way and pokes it over to the far corner. Giguère holds it in for New York. This is El Harchi now. She'll cycle it back around. Good centering pass there from Giguère. Maybe it was a shot. It was certainly from a shallow angle. And now Boston breaks back the other way. This is going to flip in on Schroeder. She wants the whistle. So we're going to step aside. 11:47 to go as we approach the midway point of this hockey game. It's tighter than tick in Lowell, Massachusetts, as Abby Rock has equaled the game at 2 apiece.
Welcome back inside the Saga Center. Fleet and Sirens tied up midway through the second period, and New York's Sarah Fillier has actually played under Fleet head coach Courtney Kessel 2 separate times prior to her professional career, once when she was 15 and another couple years in college at Princeton where Kessel was an assistant coach. Fillier said she idolized her growing up because of what she had accomplished in her career, and now the respect has only grown. Sarah telling us Courtney thinks the game so well, always seems to be a step ahead tactically, and a lot of evident respect between both coach and player, even here today.
Yeah, Natalie, Sarah had 30 goals in 29 games last year at Princeton. And no surprise that she has become an instant star here in the PWHL in her first season.
She's so fun to watch. Literally, like we mentioned at the open at the beginning of the show, she's someone that brings you to the edge of your seat. You just are excited to see what is she going to do next on the ice.
Rosenthal hit the line for New York, but poked back by Boston. Now Nealon Person carries it back in for the Sirens. She'll feed it high in the slot for Zandyhart. Look at the patience by Zandyhart. Waits for a lane. Whistles that one wide of the cage. Boy, Zandyhart, such a commanding presence. Just breathes confidence, the captain for New York. Simpson kept it low to the ice, steered away there by Franklin. Both of these goaltenders have done a nice job. Especially Green Schroeder. She's seen the lion's share of the shots. Rock back the other way. Rink wide pass for Eldridge. Eldridge going to the middle and sent that one right out in front of Rock, who was whistling down right in front of the goaltender. Eldridge again for Rock. Broken up. Taylor Gerard trying to clear. Boston a little bottled up right now. Morin finally clears the zone. This will be an icing call against the Fleet. Yeah, how about Emma Greco sacrificing her body when Carpenter is right in front of her? Emma Greco, according to Courtney Kessel, in a very steady stay-at-home defenseman. She's not going to give you a ton on offense, but she's going to take care of things on the D end, and she certainly blocked that shot from Carpenter. Coming up on 8 minutes to go here in the second period. The 12-minute mark nearly upon us. Tied at 2. Pelkey now with some room on the near side. Zandyhart lost the stick. Now DiGirolamo bearing down. This shot attempt went wide. Boston holding the zone. Now kicked out of there by Eldridge. Race for the puck. And Brown is going to win it for Boston. Emily Brown, the 8th round pick last year out of Minnesota. Hails from Blaine, Minnesota, the Twin Cities. She tries to center. Off to the far side for Agia. This puck out in front of the benches. Downey Landry will play it in. Follows the puck, throws a check. Now Boston breaks out of the zone. Rink-wide pass out of the reach of Rattray. New York will send it back down with an icing. Picked off. Here comes Boston. That's flipped wide. Pretty good look there by Lauren Gable. Going to close down quickly. Rosenthal through the center. Ahead for Levis. Levis tried to get it back for Rosenthal, and that scoring chance didn't materialize. Boston doing a good job on defense. Now flipped out in front. And there's Chloe Arard bearing down. This is Rosenthal again. Fecto, her shot was blocked and kicked out of the zone by the Fleet. Nealon Person in a race back for the puck with Gable.
Great speed by Nealon Person. That's not easy to outrace Gable. I know it was toward the end of her shift, but Gable has great legs, great burst of speed, and so excellent work by the New York defender.
And another icing call with under 6 minutes to go in the second period. You know, we're tied at 2. We're well past the halfway point of this hockey game, Gigi. You get a sense for where this game might be going. Who's got the momentum right now?
Well, right now it seems to be New York. Their ability to jump on loose pucks quickly and outwork and outmuscle the Boston Fleet for those. You even see a couple plays from behind the net out front for some loose change and some garbage plays net front. And so the Fleet are doing a great job trying to block again. Greco keeping that puck off, but for Boston to attack, they really need to make some clean breakouts.
Bilka got the pass from Knight and then lost an edge, swung down in the circle. Now crowd oohing and awing as Boston tries to set up here. Brown flips it toward the net. Schroeder saw it the entire way and makes an easy save. Well, we're even at 2. 5:29 to go in the second. Here in Lowell. Back in a moment.
Now joined with Boston Fleet head coach Courtney Kessel, coach the defense. Aaron Frankel putting in some hard work this period, but what would you like to see the team do to get the puck moving through the middle of the ice a little more?
Yeah, I think the penalties slowed the game down, but I like our last few shifts. I think we found our legs again, so I think we're doing well.
When your team is outworking the other team, what are some of the signs that we can look for there?
Just smart, detailed decisions, right? Just keep it simple, get the pucks in, and our forecheck's been great.
All right, thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Natalie, thank you. Courtney Kessel and the Fleet looking for their first win of the season. The only team in the PWHL without a win yet. And the mantra in the early part of the season from Kessel is just get pucks on net, do the little things right. Kind of re-emphasize that in that interview with Natalie.
Exactly. Keeping it simple and doing the little things right is definitely a mantra and something that is a focal point of her as a coach. And like Sarah Fillier mentioned earlier, she's so intelligent. She sees the game extremely well, and she coaches her players well. Like she does an excellent job communicating that insight and that knowledge to her players so that they can go out and execute.
She's Gigi Marvin on Clay Mathick, Natalie Norrie ringside. Here's Eldridge now for New York. That goes up over the shoulder of Frankel, and Karam's out of play. A good look there for the Sirens. Let's pick this one up from the neutral zone.
See Abby Rock heads up, little dish, and right off the stick to Eldridge, who's streaking on the right side. But again, on your stick, off your stick. Great decision making by Toulouse to be able to quickly set her teammate up for a better chance with her legs moving and grip it. And Eldridge is someone who's very fun to watch. We haven't mentioned her name as much,
no,
but
not tonight.
She is a very fun player to keep your eyes on.
Well, she's coming up back-to-back 2-point games. Hasn't found herself on the score sheet yet tonight, but there's a lot of game left. Under 5 minutes to go, second period, tied at 2. Here comes New York. Downey Landry has Giguère with her. Great back check there by Boston, as they're able to frustrate that play. That was Emma Greco again, the stay-at-home defender, getting her job done.
Just coming up clutch. I love that play, too. Keep your head on a swivel, know the situation.
Here's Agia now for Rattray. Rattray tried to feed it back for Agia, and Lexi was well beyond that play materializing. She'd already moved out of the zone. Harchie now. Checked up off the wall there by DiGirolamo. Now Brandt trying to move it along here for Boston. And the Fleet will send it out of the zone. And it's going to be a nice. No, they're going to wave it off. And that will be an icing. Icing waved off. Courtney Kessel said this before the game, and you were there last year. I mean, do you make the Walter Cup finals without her?
Oh no, not a chance. She already is good, and then when she cranks it up somehow even farther, a couple more notches, it's outstanding level of goaltending, and she's so elite. One of the best, if not the best, for sure, to play the game.
Archie hands off for Rosenthal as New York is trying to set up here in the attack zone. This is El Harchie. Goes down in the corner for Simpson. Was knifing in. Picked off there by Boston. Rattray will move it out. Minute and a half to go in the second period. Tied at 2. Here's Giguère with a ton of room coming in. Pulls up. Shot. Save again. Frankel. And the rebound is clear. Well, that was a really good look for a really good hockey player in Elizabeth Giguère. But again, Frankel equal to the task, and now we're going to get a penalty call. And this is going to go against New York. Hey, Giguère a little bit upset after getting stoned on that great scoring chance. Now she's going to get the gate.
Yeah, two swings in different directions. You see Pelkey with the puck looking, where should I go with it? Well, there's a turnover, and Giguère gets it at the blue line, head up, comes in, but again, a little traffic with Bard getting there so she has to slam on the brakes, cut back, and just can't quite get the best shot off. But here's another look at the puck. The penalty that was taken slashes the stick out of Agia's hand. Just like that, Boston leader on the power play.
So Giguère goes off for slashing. Power play for Boston. They are 1 for 2 on the power play in this hockey game. Goal coming from Sydney Bard. Here's Bard right now. She'll take it off the wall. In the corner. Adjusts in behind another Royale Tiger power play. That's Keller. Shot down low, broken up. Tapani keeps it alive for Boston. 30 seconds to go in the period. Minute 20 to go in the power play. Bard tried to steer it on. Broken up by Bourbonnais, and New York is able to clear it. That's going to come down the length of the ice and buy some time here toward the end of the second period on the kill for New York.
Levis had great penalty kill that shift. I mean, her ability to stay in the lane, block shots, recover pucks, and ultimately get that puck out of her own zone to get her to kill more time off the clock.
We started the second period with penalty time remaining. And we're going to start the third period with penalty time remaining. Abby Rock from Carpenter and Sandy Hart to even things at 2 here in Lowell on this Sunday. Second intermission coming up. Back in a minute. As Boston is trying to win its first of the year, New York trying to stay unbeaten 2-0. Tapani to take this face-off for Boston, Tulas for New York. 3 points to the winner if it happens in regulation. And New York will control the face-off here in the third. Fresh sheet of ice here at the Tsongas Center. This is just a great hockey building, and for a Sunday afternoon, a really good crowd here in attendance. This is the home of the UMass Lowell Riverhawks and the Boston Fleet in suburban Boston. And I know you played here last year, GG, and that's a good hockey building.
It is. It's so fun. I love the extra space behind the net. You see that. It's especially dangerous enough when you're on the offensive zone. Not as fun when you're in the defensive zone, but it's awesome sitting on the bench as well, hearing the crowd. The crowd roar is so loud, and that's what I love about this building.
Final seconds of this Boston power play. Knight trying to turn it back to the middle. And that's going to do it. New York's back to full strength. Boston still dangerous as Bilka tips one on off the rebound. Back to 5-on-5.
There's a good example. Sorry to cut you in. I was just going to say there's a good example of Megan Keller with her shot.
And she scores. It is a goal by Keller. Boston doesn't score on the power play. It had expired, but still buzzing in front of that New York net. And they get one from Keller to make it 3-2.
Megan Keller with such a great shot. She is excellent on the 1T. She didn't have as much on her 1T this time, but Boston was able to recover the puck. Look at their battling. And this was something that we did see in the second period as much. And so three players, fleet players, and they're trying to get the puck back. Squeaks out to Megan Keller, who does a gorgeous little toe drag. You see her just pull the puck in on this. Look at her blade and then where it's released. Out and then pulls it into her skate and rips it and goes beautiful pocket top shelf.
First of the year for Keller. Comes in 1:07 of the period. 3-2 Boston. Boy, that is a real shot in the arm. You know, the first and last minute of periods, Gigi, I mean, nobody knows this better than you. Such an important time in a period. Right at the beginning and right at the end.
They set the tone for the game. They set the tone for rolling from one period to the next period.
Now New York trying to answer. That wrist shot gets through, but steered away by Frankel. That was off the stick effect, though. Boston able to clear it back down. This is a Boston Fleet team that is hungry for a victory. Coming off that physical 2-1 loss to Minnesota here in their home opener on Wednesday night. That rematch in the Walter Cup Finals. And a close battle here with New York. Hartje, good pass ahead for Giguère. Giguère through Greco's screen. Good save by Frankel again.
Again, and you see, I love how she redirects the puck into the corner. A dead end space where no one can really get it for another quality shot.
In with Person. Settled it down back at her blue line. Tried to feed it ahead for Downey Lander. That pass missed its target. Now Susanna Tapani. A goal earlier tonight for Boston. Her first. The first of the game for the Fleet. Think about it. Boston had a goal in each game. Just 2 coming in. They've got 3 here tonight going into the third period, essentially. So it's been a really good offensive game for Courtney Kessel's club.
It's fun to see, and again, it speaks to her ability to recognize something and teach her players. They just are shooting the puck, right? How often did she tell us, hey, just get this puck on net? That's what we want to see, and you see some of these flimsy goals going in.
Now Rock, 2-on-1. She decides to shoot. She's stopped by Frankel. She had a pass to make, decides to take the shot, and Frankel turns her away. Face-off out in front of Aaron Frankel. Controlled by Boston. Boston out shooting New York 22-17 in this hockey game. They've got the 3-2 lead. Hartje right out in front of her bench. Defeated back to the blue line. New York trying to gain the zone, and they do as Downey Landry dumps it in. DiGirolamo jumps on it for the Fleet. Brown coming in to support the puck for Boston. DiGirolamo up the wall. Trying to get it out, and they finally do. Here's Stepani now with a little room. Trying to get that pass off to Pelkey. He's broken up. Captain Micah Zandihart for New York. Good rink-wide pass. Tulis in the slot. Send it up over the top of the crossbar.
Nice work by Tulis, coming in on a left-handed defender where her stick's in the right-handed lane, if you will, and her ability to get the shot off was great.
Simpson skates in, got a shot. Another save. This is going to be an icing if it drifts wide, but it doesn't. Comes in on Schroeder. Hobson able to get it out. Rock feeds it ahead. Tulis again gains the zone. Rock now feeds it across. Good pass. Great save. Frankel came out to cut off the angle and stone Simpson. Boy, Simpson had a mile of room to work with.
An excellent jump out by the defender, yes, to create another chance in the offensive zone. That was awesome work by Simpson.
Fed across. Keller settles it down. Flips it in behind the net. Schroeder watching from the blue paint. Eldridge has it for New York. The Sirens trying to bust out of their own end. Can't do it. Kept in. Here's Lexi Gia with tons of room as Bourbonnais goes down in a heap. Play continues, but Bourbonnais is shaken up for New York. Now Sarah Fillier, the rookie, trying to move around the defender. Gia stood up by Bard, and we're going to get a penalty. Sydney Bard is going to get a penalty here as Fillier was taken down.
Fillier, a very dangerous player, coming in on Bard, a right-hander, trying to deke around her. Nice hands, unable to do so as you see it. The look at her coming in, and Bard just gets the elbow up a little bit at the end and pushes her over, drawing the penalty.
So that'll be an interference call as New York goes on the power play. 1 for 3 so far in this hockey game. New York looking for the equalizer as we've got 14-10 to go. Golden opportunity for the best power play in the PWHL. And another power play brought to us by Royale Paper Towel.
Huge win, face-off wins, so that, because remember, Boston, whoever's on the ice on a penalty has to stay out there. And so if you're not a penalty killer, you kind of want to win the draw, ice it, change, so you can get your top PKers out.
Another Royale Tiger Towel, Paper Towel power play. Fillier from the circle tries to go down low for Rock, broken up by Brown. Now it slides in behind the net, goes up on the dasher momentarily. Fillier gets it back. Back for Abby Rock. Rock has a goal in this game on the power play. Off to the far corner. Carpenter keeps it alive for New York. Back down in deep for Eldridge. Now hands off for Rock. Back for Eldridge, side of the net. Throws it across. Rock looking for room. Fillier. Everybody getting a touch here. Zandy Hart from inside the blue line. Moves across. Fillier, side of the net. There is Rock jamming at it. Swings it over. Eldridge. Good pass to keep that alive. 45 seconds to go in the advantage here for New York. Rock for Eldridge down low. Broken up momentarily. Fillier got a shot down. Frankel with a great save. And the fans really saluting Aaron Frankel, Boston goaltender.
And Frankel without a stick doing that on the penalty kill. It's just incredible work as you see it moving from Eldridge out top to Fillier, who has a dangerous wrist shot, and the ability for Frankel to track the puck without her stick, push off, and square up on that. I mean, it's just incredible because you're so low and you got to pop yourself up to take away the top shelf areas.
2 shots on goal so far for New York. There's another one. Kicked out of there. Frankel trying to see it through the traffic. 25 seconds to go in this power play advantage. Pelkey tries to clear it out for Boston. Gets it to the near wing. Tulis keeps it in deep for New York. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Simpson for Neil in person. One-timer. Tulis. That drew wire. Tulis now pinched off the puck by Tapani. Boston can't clear. Back to full strength are the Fleet. Simpson down low. Tulis, another drive. Gloved by Frankel to keep this a 3-2 game. What a kill for the Fleet. What a great job by Aaron Frankel, their world-class netminder.
Look at these beautiful last 2 saves. Aaron Frankel's pushing over, deflect that into the corner, and this last one, net front to keep her team up 3-2.
Welcome back to the Songa Center. Boston Fleet with a 3-2 lead over the New York Sirens, and they always say your goaltender has to be your best penalty killer, and I think Aaron Frankel just continues to prove why that's the case. Courtney Kessel spoke about her before the game today, just saying she's a tiny human, but she's incredible. And in year 2, she knows what to expect a little more, so she's a little more confident coming in. But overall, she just brings a true sense of calmness to this group. Whether you zoom out and they're up 5-0 or down 5-0, she will have the same composure no matter what the score is. And you can see that certainly filter into the rest of the team play.
She's outstanding, and I just have one awesome story to highlight this. We were playing the Walter Cup playoffs last year in Minnesota. I was hanging out with my family. My 7-year-old nephew, we were playing mini sticks in the hallway. I'm like, hey, buddy, what do you want to be going? What goalie are you going to be? He thought for a bit, and he goes, I'm going to be Aaron Frankel. Nothing's going to get by me.
Good pick.
And sure enough, he was outstanding, picking up, doing his best Aaron Frankel impersonations. And so she is not just a light in a highlight reel for the girls to look upon and an inspiration, but also the young boys in the building who are watching this incredible athlete compete.
And Schroeder's going to see this one bounce in on. And Boston just stopped 8 New York shots on that last Sirens power play. They got a 3-2 lead as they're inching closer to their first win of the year. Now Carpenter coming in, and we're going to have a penalty on Boston. Delayed penalty called, and now Keller touches it. And so now New York is going to go back on the power play, Gigi.
Back on the power play. We were just thinking, hey, for Boston to do such a great job killing, they're going to need to create some good 5-on-5 shifts. But unfortunately for them, they're going back on the power play. It's a good thing they've had great work so far. And as Natalie just mentioned, Erin has been phenomenal as a penalty killer. You see a look at Pelkey, just gets her stick caught up in the Sirens' armpit.
So Pelkey goes off for hooking, and now New York goes on the power play for the 5th time. And that last power play attempt was really good. I mean, a lot of great passes, just Aaron Frankel was equal to the task. So now New York gets another opportunity to tie as we go past the 9-minute mark. Another Royal Tiger power play for the New York Sirens.
Excellent work by Rattray to just break everything up on the power play, not allow any zone entry, really taking advantage of the neutral zone, stopping and starting and clearing the puck the length of the ice.
Got it.
Tulis drops it back. Nealon Person comes through the middle. Off for Downey Landry. Landry drops it back. Tulis marching toward the net. Had it stripped off her stick. Now Simpson gives it to Nealon Person. Person back toward the middle. Now Simpson moving in. Kept it low to the ice. Kicked out of there by Frankel. Under 10 minutes to go in the hockey game. 35 seconds to go in this power play for New York. Their 5th of the night. Rink-wide pass for Simpson. Simpson, shallow angle off the side of the net. Got her own rebound. Tulis keeps it alive for New York. Off on the far wing, this is Simpson again from the half wall. Missed the net badly. In behind. Giguère trying to keep it alive for New York. Time running out on this power play. This is not as effective of a power play as we saw on their last attempt. Now here's Nealon Person moving in. Person had it blocked out in front. Nice job there by Maloney, the rookie. And Boston kills it off back to full strength.
Awesome work by the penalty killers to stay in the lane and force them outside.
Look out, Tulis still alive for this New York team, and that shot flutters wide. Boy, Boston now just 9 minutes away from perhaps their first win. And this one would be without one of their stars, Alina Mueller, who's out on concussion protocol. What a coup that would be to beat New York, the only unbeaten team in the league, and without Mueller.
Huge momentum builder for their team, absolutely. And what I love most about this game is you see contributions from up and down the lineup.
Turn around, shot, save, looking for the rebound is Schroeder. That goes right out in front, still loose. Bilka gives it to Morin. Her shot gets through. And Schroeder was able to keep it out. New York shovels it back to neutral ice. Greco will start it back for Boston. Here come the Fleet. Good pass out in front of Gia, sent it just wide. Schroeder may have got a piece of it. Now Carpenter back for the Sirens with just over 8 minutes to go. Carpenter holds, got a shot on. Frankel made the save, scrambled to smother it, couldn't capture the puck. 3-2 Boston. Getting late here in Lowell. Penalty box is empty right now. We've seen a lot of penalties in this game. Right on the doorstep, on the backhand. That was Peyton Levis making a bid for her second goal of the hockey game. Picked off here. This is Bilka. Bilka's brought down. Boston wants a penalty. They're not going to get it. Boy, the crowd doesn't like that, Gigi.
Not at all. Her stick, the blade went right underneath her. The blade of the stick went right under the blade of the hockey skates and just took her feet right out from underneath her.
The only person being heckled from behind, she's still able to clear it to center. Boston has to regroup. Rattray tries to work around Simpson. Simpson's such a great stick handler. Will skate at 3. Picked up at neutral by Tapani. She'll drive it in for Boston. Under 7 minutes to go. 3-2 Fleet. 3 points to the winner in regulation. Oh, now we're going to get a penalty, and this is going to be on Boston. And now the crowd is really furious.
So here's Hannah Bilka coming in, looking to do a little delay and toe drag. That was waved off, not called a penalty. Arm was staying down. Whereas here you have Megan Keller come in and she turns her blade a little bit, so it's a little different. So the ref decides to put her arm up and call that as a penalty.
So did you have any problem with the way that those 2 calls were made?
It's a tight game. It's hard to say. Like live, real time, if you're a ref down on the ice and what you see, it looked live like they were both the same. A stick coming in and take the feet out.
Well, Boston shorthanded. New York will try to tie it late in this hockey game when we come back.
This broadcast and its content are copyrighted by PWHL Holdings, LLC for the private use of our audience. All rights reserved. Any other use or reproduction of this broadcast without the consent of PWHL Holdings, LLC is prohibited.
9th penalty of the hockey game, 6th against Boston. Tripping is the call on Keller. So here goes New York. 6th power play of the game for the Sirens. They're 1 for 5. 6.5 minutes to go in the hockey game. New York trying to tie it up at 3. Sandy Hart for Sarah Fillier. She'll drop it down for Abby Rock. Rock for Fillier. To the captain, Sandy Hart. Off to the far wing. Return pass now for Fillier on this wing for New York. Fillier moving down. Rock off the side of the net. Boston unable to get on it and clear it. Sandy Hart keeps it alive in the zone for the Sirens. Rock moves in, tried to feed it across for Carpenter. That puck was bouncing, and this one's going to end up in the mesh off the stick. Neil in person down for Bourbonnais. Jamie Bourbonnais holding. 45 seconds to go in this advantage for New York. Tulis, another block shot. Greco trying to jump on it. Morin will do the honors for the Fleet and clear it the length of the ice. And the fans appreciative of the penalty killing for Boston. A half minute to go in this advantage for New York. Just over 5 minutes to play in regulation. Tulis winds up through center again. Gets around that double team. Now Tulis out in front. Feeds it off. Downey Landry with some room off that half wall. Bourbonnais for Tulis just inside the blue line. Neil in person thought about winding and firing. She holds. 4 seconds to go in the power play. Boston back to full strength. No shots on goal officially on that power play for New York.
Just outstanding work by the penalty killers for the Fleet. Their ability to keep anything dangerous away from the mid. Like all the dangerous chances were gone because they kept them on the perimeter and then stayed in the lane. They weren't thrown off by the movement by New York, who is normally so good at moving and creating chaos. Instead, they knew their job, stayed in their lane, and succeeded.
4 minutes to go. This Boston crowd trying to root the team onto its first win, and somehow Frankel kept the vision to see the puck and get the draw.
Well, I love the energy in the building, and I think they're building off what Frankel has done this last 17-inch, 16-inch minutes. She has been outstanding, so for her to continue to be a brick wall back there, and for Boston Fleet, it's about puck management, and it's about support. Can we support our teammates, and can we clog the neutral zone in the middle of the ice and keep the Sirens on the outside?
Thanks to those 3 power plays, New York out shooting Boston 14-6 here since the intermission. New York had 13 shots on goal through the first 2 periods, 14 here in the third alone. The time is starting to run out on New York. 3:20 to go. Micah Zandihart hands off for Fillier. Fillier for Eldridge. Kicked away by Hillary Knight. And Boston is able to clear it through neutral. Again, no Alina Mueller in this hockey game. Boston trying to win their first game of the year without her. Tulis, long drive around a screen, missed the net. Under 3 to go. This has been a physical game. You're seeing some exhaustion now on the faces of some of these players. Fluttering puck into that left post. Eldridge bumped off the puck by Boston. Here's Brown high in the slot. Holds, flips it down low. Schroeder a save. And Agia will swing it around to the near wing side as Boston tries to clear it out.
Excellent work by the past 2 lines for the Fleet. Their ability to maintain possession. Great breakout started by Rattray over to Gable. And they're just killing time off this. Not allowing any chances for New York.
Keller shoots and scores! Second goal of the period for Keller. And that could be the haymaker that Boston was looking for.
Just an excellent finish to such good shift by the Gable and Agia line. As you see, the next line comes out, gets it to Megan Keller at the point, and she does not miss. Her head's up the whole way. Nice battle in the corner by Shafsel. Pops it out from Tapani, and Megan Keller does what she does best, and that's walk the line with her head up and just... We talked about this on the broadcast, how great her shot is. We saw her trying to be set up for the 1T on the power play, and that's what it takes to be successful. And in the dying moments of a game when you're having a 2-goal lead.
"20 seconds to go here in Lowell. Empty net. Bilka's going to push it wide. Picked off. Knight. Right next to the net. That's going to do it. The Boston Fleet get win number 1, and what a game for Aaron Frankel. 4-2 the final. Boston 4, New York 2 for Gigi Marvin, Natalie Nori, and our entire crew. I'm Clay Matvick. We hope you enjoyed this one from the Tsongas Center in Lowell, Massachusetts. Great action here in this building today. The PWHL first win of the year for the Boston Fleet.